this is what Kuya Antonio was worried about, because the three of them is really eager to continue their studies, but the 80 pesos, 100 pesos a day that he earns, less the rent for the pedicab, will not be enough, because number one for them is to provide the rice and the food for the children. Yeah, because that is what Kuya Antonio was saying. If he will be able to let the first grandchild finish grade 12, and he is the only tricycle driver here that able to support a grandchild until grade 12, finished and graduated. So cause like their main priority are the grandchildren that able to eat proper food. Like Ate Imac was saying here, she's okay that she is eating rice with coffee or even salt, as long as the grandchildren are feeding well. Like he was concerned that I might be able to drop on the back, because that's something the bracing of this underneath of this one. Kisa ni nga room sa imo ning apo.
Akong apo kan tapan na sila duha ari. Akong bala ko diha.
So this is where Kuya Antonio sleeps, and then the grandchildren sleeps here, and then this is their kitchen. This video is about the life story of Ate Imac and Kuya Antonio. I'm here right now in Sitio Rosal, still in the barangay Tunga of Moalboal. And I'm here, referred to by the LGU counselor, to the house of Ate Imac, because her and her husband Antonio are really struggling hard for their livelihood. Either they go on tricycle, or sometimes they do like digging the farms just to earn a living, and sometimes Ate Imac do some laundry for other people. So here we are with Ate Imac. So kumusta ti kanang asa si Kuya Antonio? Where is Kuya Antonio? So her husband is actually doing tricycle, the pedicabs, but again he is only renting. Pila iyang renta sa iyang kuante? How much is the rent for the pedicab kada adlaw?
Sahay na 80, usay po katunggat niya kuwag abang 40.
40 pesos ang abang. So he's earning 80 or sometimes 100 pesos a day, and then it has to be less for the rental of the day. So kada adlaw jud siya mag-tricycle, so he earns the tricycle.
Usay mo absin siya kay para pagunahon.
So sometimes he does not do the tricycle, he will just do the farm clearing, which is the digging of the grass off the farm. So ang guna, pilay makita sa tag maguna.
Paguna usay pedero dos man to. Nasunod niya hangyo sa nga wala kay mugas sige upod ang 50.
So 250 a day ang kuan.
Ang tagsal sa maguna katulong ra.
Sa usa ka semana. So he is earning 250 pesos a day for the clearing of farms. Pero kanang dako na siya agi ng 250 ti. Or di sa na kada adlaw.
Dili tagsara po sa katulong sa adlaw.
Sa
adlaw ka ula sa kaduha o kung kaduha. Pag sunod di na pod.
So sometimes because it's not it's not all the time that he's gonna be clearing the farms, and so to supplement their income, Kuya Antonio is renting a tricycle to feed her and the 3 grandchildren that they have here. This is Kuya Antonio, just arrived from the tricycle. So Kuya, what time nga mag-start ka sa imong Kuya tricycle? Do you start? Kada adlaw? Sa buntag. Every day he does the tricycle, pero dili imo kagalingon tricycle, you don't own the tricycle. Mo ba? Abang 40 pesos a day for rental of the tricycle. Nya, what time ka mahuman Kuya? What time do you finish the tricycle? Alas 4, alas 3. Alas 4. So, ang imong kita good normally, how much do you earn normally in a day? 100 sometimes. Because the main thing that they need is to buy the rice, because they have 3 grandchildren nga naa ninyo, no? Nga, because the parents of the grandchildren have failed relationship and they are left to care for 3, but they were able to sustain them as well, because ang pinaka magwangan nga apo pila na
Tara ay, bisiti na na.
Oh, 17 years old. So it was left with them when they were a baby when, you know,
Pinako na, at iskula na mo grade 11 na.
grade 11. Bro, very good. So very good kay nakapa-eskwela gid mo. Nya ikaduha karing babae sa likod.
Kani, grade 7 na ro sunod.
Grade 7. Ah, yeah.
Isa naman, i-enroll niya, hindi pa makaya niya.
Ah, cause the three grandchildren ang kamanghuran ay grade 5. So they are still struggling them to put them to school. Ang ila din ginikanan dili mo their parents is not sending them anything, di mo pada nila. Because the parents, although they are helping, sometimes they are also struggling. Naana sila mga bana sa asawa.
Ang asawa na ko lang bana, ang siya gidaan sige sa akong alam sa mandaan.
So one of the children like was left by her spouse, so that's why she left the other child here, and then she's looking for a job, and sometimes she can't send in them any money. So this is what happened to Kuya Antonio and Kuya Ate Imac. They're the one caring for the grandchildren and also caring for themselves. Wala pa kay gipamati, Kuya. So he hasn't have any ailments yet. God willing. Ikaw, Ate, wala sad. They don't have any ailments as of the moment. Si Ate Imag is 52 years old. Ikaw, Kuya, pila na imong edad? 64 years old, and you're still driving sa kuan? Tricycle every day? Mao lagi. That's why kuan. Kamo, naka-eskwela ka, Kuya? Do you have any education? Grade 1. Ikaw, Ate?
Grade 5 pra bro, nagubat mas dabaw lahat.
Oh, sa grade 5. Pero at least at inyong mga apo, taas-taas yung naabot. Bisag, no? But the main thing is they have able to grandchildren to be more than what they have achieved. Lagi oh. Because the first one, lagi. Grade 11 na siya, no? The eldest. Grade 12 na this opening. Oh. Just opening. So they want the first grandchild here to be finishing at least grade 12 because he'll be able to. Yeah, because that is what Kuya Antonio was saying. If he will be able to let the first grandchild finish grade 12, and he is the only tricycle driver here that able to support a grandchild until grade 12. Finished and graduated. So cause like their main priority are the grandchildren that able to eat proper food. Like Ate Imac was saying here, she's okay that she is eating rice with coffee or even salt as long as the grandchildren are feeding well. So Ate no, kuan kayo mo, luoy kaayo mo. Nya si Kuya Ragid ang it's only Kuya Antonio's earning a living. Siya rin nangita. Ikaw?
Sa una, nangita ko, wala mo ko tubuang naman.
Before, she was able to help him with the digging of the farms and clearing of the farms. And also, the grandchildren, the first one, the grade 11 son of their child, was able to help mo. Tresikad sa mong dili na. Ayaw. Because okay ra. So that's why his dream is to let his grandson able to finish grade 12, and then he will be working student to finish his college, because that he is so proud to do that. Sige Kuya. So Ate Imag is inviting me to their house so I could see how simple they live. This is their abode. And there's one, hello ga, this is one of the grandchildren, and so look at how simple they live here, but yet they are happy. And lagi he was concerned that I might be able to drop on the back, because that's something the bracing of this underneath of this one. Kisa ni nga room sa imo ning apo.
Akong apo kan tapan na sila duha ari. Akong bala ko diha.
So this is where Kuya Antonio sleeps, and then the grandchildren sleeps here, and then this is their kitchen. Okay, this is their simple life. And you can see asa inyong water source dito, asa inyong tubig gikan. Oh, so they have puso. Wala di mo magbayad. So they
Uba, mag-amot-amot, may 20.
So they have a deep well here, you know, the pump well, that all the constituents here are helping to repair the. Oh, so he was concerned that because. Sige. Nalagyan mo yung suga. Pila yung mabayaran sa suga kada buwan? 100 pesos per month for the electric. Maratay.
Mga bata na kung paningapo na ko dito wala.
Okay. Init man kay tay. So, this electric fan will keep them cooler when it's very hot. But, this is how... Dugay naman na po yun, kuya?
Mga sobra na sa mga
How long they live here?
Ipot.
30
30 ka tuig, Jud. 52 man ka man niya. 22, you married at 22, so you're 30 years married. Diri na mo puyo dayon, kuya.
dire kay gikan ko syudad kinangiham ko baboy.
Wa naman, man sa ihaw.
Dito ka sa Loriga? He's like working in the abattoir in Loriga. Nabalhin ka diri.
Wala man ihaw, wa naman.
Mahimo wa.
Sira naman ang ihawan.
Oh, because he used to
Reclamation di.
do the slaughtering in Loriga abattoir. So when it was closed, that's when they have nothing else.
Ako ba na siya sa una man ang medium. Sige na to basi manulog. Gusto ko sa eskwela gumawa ikarang lima yun siya ba.
Because they're really worried because you know their first grandchild would really wants to continue schooling for grade 12, but they want to let her stop the second grandchild, so to have the other first one to have a chance, but she also wants to go to school. So this is now the problem of Kuya Antonio, is to provide for all of that, even though it's free, but the modules. Grade 7, ikaw ga grade 8? Grade 7 ka. Grade 12 mo to last jud no. So pila man say tuition fee for the module magbayad ang mag-modules te. Pretty only to fare to go to school and other fees, that's tiny fees, but you know the earnings of 100 pesos, 80 to 100 pesos a day. So sometimes the grandchildren now are also helping the other neighbors with their modules, and they earn a little bit. But this is what Kuya Antonio was worried about, because the three of them is really eager to continue their studies. But the 80 pesos, 100 pesos a day that he earns, less the rent for the pedicab, will not be enough, because number one for them is to provide the rice and the food for the children. So, this is what the life of Kuya Antonio and Ate Imac, and I believe that we can do something to help for their livelihood. And number one, they can have their own pedicab, that because he's always renting it every day. So you can see they are living basically. This is their kitchen where they cook their food, and they have a few chicken on that cage there. You can even see that the chicken is already coming out. This is where they... And... Asa inyong kasilyas, ti? Oh, so that's what their CR... You know, their CR there is just a hole in the ground. So, they just do their business like at night. So, asa man mumukuan, ti? Mga libang, ti? So, they just go in the forest for now to do their business, because it's only just a hole on the ground. Lagi, because their earnings is not even enough for their food. Tara, apil. So their house is just made of like lagi ti. Sige. Ate Mac. O lagi. So this just like any plywood or any sheets of galvanized sheet that they can accumulate for around the neighborhood, or any help from the government or NGOs that will hear their plea of help. Because you know what it is like in the Philippines, if you are not near to the political authority, you'll be out of the way of the help that come. Inyuhan yung yuta diri, Ate Mac? Do you own the land here? So they were just allowed to live here, but they don't own the land. Dili din ni inyuhang yuta diri, Ate Kuya? So this is her inheritance from Ate Imac's parents.
Tulo raman sila.
Dako-dako ila jud ning yuta
Pag
dire.
na usa isuon nila. Ang bahay ni Intoy, bahay mo nila tulo.
So this is the story of Ate Imac and Kuya Antonio. And Kuya Antonio is a very hard-working man, considering that he used to work in the abattoir of Lorega, San Miguel. And I know, as coming from the city, that those people that work there are really hardworking. You can see how basic and simple they live. And I'm so proud of him to making such effort that he was able to let his grandson achieve such educational level, even though he's not finished with it yet, but they were able to put him up until now, the last year of grade 12, and then the boy can now do a working and studying routine to be able to help them in the future. Kuya Antonio like seems can't believe his luck, but like Ate Imac here, that he knows that he is only renting because the counselor that's referred me here knows that Kuya Antonio is a hardworking man, but he's just renting his own pedicab. Sige na, okay na Kuya Ate. So they keep on putting braces underneath their shed so it won't collapse with the children growing up. So imo lang gipamutangag bracing Kuya para di mga hugno.
Babagang kay pugno no.
Sige, because the children now have grown up and the house starts to sag, so he put some new pieces of wood there. So this is the life of some of our brothers and sisters here, that even though they're poor, they're really working hard, but an opportunity like we are gonna help them will really mean a lot to them. Sige Kuya Antonio, mo balik lang niya kun diri Kuya ha niya. Oo, paghuwat lang na. Thank you sir. Bye-bye. Thank you Ate. Sige, thank you.